playing the bongos. Come over there, look.
We are here peacefully.
¿Qué puede hacer? La van a fall. Ay, Dios.
Come on, please. The speakers are muted.
Please have respect for the speakers. A lot of people have come here today to give up their time to talk to you.
When the speakers are doing it, when we go to the march, okay? Just let the speakers finish, please.
Did you say that? We are going for a march. Please respect the speakers.
Michael, that's all, please come up here. The Irish group.
Well done, everybody. Well done.
Okay, everybody. We understand the frustration of everybody. We really do. We want action. We want our country back. But we have to do things unitedly. Let's do things together. Let's stand shoulder to shoulder and not show the division. Huh? That's why we're all here. We're all here to stand shoulder to shoulder. So believe me, I understand the frustration. I want to stop the traffic. I want to go in over the barriers to RTE. But we can't. We have to listen to the speakers. And we do have some plan to go on a walk and block off the streets. But let's do it together. The thank you. Like I just said, it can be so frustrating in wanting to get justice when these bastards in there are killing us one by one. But we must be patient and we must work with each other to stop the divisions that is already happening throughout all the groups. Can I get a big round of applause for everybody that came here today? Yeah, well done. Because we are here to protect childhood. Let me hear. Protect childhood. Protect childhood. Protect childhood. I can't hear you.
Protect the children!
Protect children. That is the reason. Children are the reason we're here. It's not us. It's our children. It's our future that are being raped in front of us. The rape that is happening in this country right now is unbelievable. They are going through the roofs. Families are being destroyed by the vaccine, by the immigration takeover of our country, who are coming in unvetted and raping every girl they can find. And this is what's happening. And these people are afraid to come forward because the guards label them far-right racists. The only good guard that I know is a retired one. And that's where I stand.
Even they're no good.
There is no good guards. And I'll tell you why. They take orders from above. They will be nice to you. They will say, I know, it's all wrong. But the next order they take from above, they fulfill that order. They are not here for the Irish people. They are here for the globalists, to protect them and to protect the agenda of the paedophilia that's happening on our children in the schools and in the libraries. I've been working with John London and Linda Kennedy the past couple of months, who have started a campaign across Ireland to stop the grooming in libraries. As of now, there is 5 investigations open into paedophilia, into the grooming, into the libraries. But we need more. We need everybody to go into their libraries, not just take the books out, but do the process, report it to the guards and build it from there. Because it's not good enough by saying, well, I know the books are in there, I just won't send my kids into that library. That attitude is not good enough. That attitude is not taking care of our future. We have to stop these books in its tracks. These books are shocking. What's in them, the sex acts that they are being taught at such an early age is unbelievable. And these books are poisoning our children's minds just as much as the fake news media in here.
They're here.
And that's why we have to be united like never before, for our children's sake. Not for me, not for you, but our future. Because when you look at our future, we don't have one. The future we have to make. We have to forge a new future for our children. And it starts in the schools, in the libraries, in what they're taught, in what they're getting into their minds and their hearts. Children need to be taught about real love, not about sex.
Here.
Real love that endures. Real love like we used to see years ago when couples would last a lifetime. We don't see that anymore. Kids have everything so instantaneously given to them by their skills and by the social media that they're watching every day. We have to watch everything. There's a danger around every corner for your child. And it's up to us to clear the dangers. Thank you very much, everybody. And
Well done, Andy. Well done.
Well done.
Hello, Maliki. Hello.
I'm not going to speak for too long. We've come here from East Wall and other areas around the city.
Hello.
Because we are opposed to the current immigration policy in Ireland. Since last November, when the protests started in East Wall, we were told we were far right, we were told we were racist, we were told we were fascists. Now it seems that all of those in Leinster House who are shifting position, and in the European Parliament who are shifting position and locking up the borders of Europe, are now clearly on the far right. We said that there were people coming in to this country on the iPass scheme with no documents, no passports, which they had when they got on the plane. We were far right for saying that in November. The government have now admitted that that is the case. Even people like Michael McDowell have said it. Even Pat Kenny now accepts that that's the position. The government have now said that they're going to put their immigration officers at the foot of planes twice a week apparently to check the documents. But it doesn't matter. They'll still allow them to come in. Next month, when the hotels are refusing to house asylum applicants, they'll be thrown out onto the streets or into office buildings, schools, churches, any building they can get. This government is desperate to fulfil what they believe to be their obligations. Any government and any sovereign government's obligation is to its own people. It's to the people who live on this island, the people who pay their wages. And we sat with a number of politicians, right from the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Children last November. We told them quite clearly that the ESP building in East Wall had to close. We told them we wanted a change in Irish immigration policy, where effectively the borders were closed. Because of the capacity issues in this country. We have nearly 12,000 people in emergency accommodation. We have thousands more sleeping on the streets. We have tens of thousands of people waiting on social housing lists. We have thousands of our young people being forced to leave this country after being educated here because they can't afford to rent or to buy a property to live in and build a life for themselves. Yet this government and the NGO class who back them up are intent on bringing in low-cost workers to drive down the cost of labour and increase the cost of living. It is incredible that in 2023 the labour movement in Europe is intent on driving down the wages of ordinary workers, when the trade union movement was set up in the early 1900s in order to ensure that workers had a good standard of living and that their wages were not driven down. It's incredible that what passes for the left in this country, who claim to be on the side of the workers, are their enemies. And be very clear, this is a battle for the hearts and minds of the people of this country. We have saw over the past 2 years how they were prepared to lock people in their houses so that they couldn't object to what was going on. we see the hate legislation that they're bringing in, so-called hate legislation, to shut down most of the speakers who spoke here today from speaking to you and speaking to the people in this country. They're bringing in exclusion zones. They started off saying you couldn't protest outside a hospital against abortion. Now, there'll be no buildings that you can protest outside of, except they say you can protest outside the Dáil. Now, if there's any value in protesting outside the Dáil, that would be included in the list of places you couldn't protest outside. There is something fundamentally wrong in this country. And there's something fundamentally wrong with the people who work in that building beside us. If anybody saw the new programme on RTE up front, it's certainly not up front the other night. If anybody watched Prime Time the other night, where we had something that they called a debate. A debate is two people who have a different opinion discussing something, not two people who have the same opinion discussing it with a presenter who has the same opinion. That is not debate, that is not even discussion. You'll have a debate down the pub. And of course we're not really allowed to go to the pubs anymore either. We had Lucky Cambola, introduced as a former asylum seeker. The man is a failed asylum seeker. He failed in his application for asylum. He failed in the High Court. He failed at every opportunity, and he was given humanitarian leave to remain. That is not an asylum seeker or a refugee. That is somebody who's here to scam the system. And then he gets a job with a government-funded NGO to pontificate to the rest of us. We had Neil Richmond, the loyalist, the unionist from Fine Gael, who will proudly stands with the Loyal Orange Order in Monaghan every year, telling us how Irish culture should be, telling us how this country should be run. The sooner the better those people are put out of power, the better.
Yes!
And it's not simply a matter of replacing Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael with the provisionals or anybody else. All of those people, with the exception of a couple of TDs and senators, support open borders. We saw the NGOs in town last week, a couple of hundred of them, while there were thousands of us on Monday protesting. You saw them there marching with the Islamic Brotherhood. And they claim to be feminists, yet these people have no time for women or feminism. And yet they march with them because it suits their agenda. We had them launch yesterday their next protest, and the city's media were there to promote them with their fancy signs and their banners, all paid for by you.
Where were the women?
This country is on the verge of something huge. And we all, right through this country, and everywhere you go in this country, people are standing up and opposing what's going on. Whether it's in Dublin, every working class community in Dublin is campaigning.
We're not having that anymore.
Right through the country, Mullingar, Clare, Galway, every county in this country, people are saying, Ireland is full and enough is enough. How can a government stand over a policy which says our people can sleep in hotel rooms for years, or that they can sleep in tents on the rivers or the canals, or they can wait in their mother's box room for 20 years to get a house of their own from the council? How can a government say that that's okay? How can a government say that it's okay to pile billion after billion into the health service, which still has 1 million people almost waiting on medical appointments? How can they stand over 100,000 children waiting on mental health assessments? How can they stand over overcrowded classrooms and at the same time increase the population last year by over 80,000 and intend to do the same again this year? There's something fundamentally wrong with people who have that viewpoint. nobody be in any doubt. We are winning this battle. Every day the government puts out a contradictory statement to the one before they put out the day before. Last week they said that people, when they apply for asylum, will be given an appointment date. Now this is Ireland, and those people should be told that those appointment dates are probably just like a hospital appointment date. It'll never happen.
Exactly.
They're told their asylum application will be decided within 3 months. Most of those applications can be decided on in the airport.
How do you even get here?
It takes 3 to 4 years for any of their applications to be decided at first stage. Then it's right through the High Courts, appeal after appeal. Then they get humanitarian leave to remain. Harris said last week that they issued 130 deportation orders in January. Now, I don't know if anybody watches that Australian program where people are trying to get in and they're going through customs and they're put back on the plane if they don't have the right documents. A deportation order in this country means nothing because you're asked to self-deport. That's like saying you lift somebody for murder or bring them through the criminal process and say, just pop up to the joy whenever you're ready. Every policy and at every level in this country, the system is broken. And it's time for it to be fixed. And that's what we are demanding, that at every level of society, we get it fixed. And that's why, to do that, firstly, we need to close the borders. Thank you.
Well done, Malky. Well said.
Folks, about 10 minutes, we're going to head out onto the road, okay? There's Patty there just to say a few words there. What are you there to?
Housekeeping here. I just want to say a lot of love here, and if that's what far right is, I'm far right.
Yes!
I think we're going to try and take a walk with the boards, but when you're finished, can you all put the boards back across there? We're selling some of them €5, €10 and €15 if you want to put something in for the funds for the next one. But just when we're finished, if you can just leave the boards over there. All right, cheers, that's it.
That's it.
There's the black alone. Just one more thing, there's a man over there, and none of this would have happened without him. He's an absolute stalwart of this movement. He's got across the road there, Daddy Stone. Will you please give him a round of applause? Absolute gentleman.
Now you can block the road.
Yeah!